Beech from Hogan Lovells. Warren, thank you for joining us. Does this finally provide the certainty that the mining sector and investors have been crying out for?
Good evening. Yes, it does. It's been a very, very interesting process, particularly since June when the version of Charter 3 was initially published. And of course, there's been a lot of positivity about the consultation that Minister Mantashe has mentioned. He's engaged with all stakeholders. Stakeholders have had another extensive period to make the comments. And yes, it has provided a level of certainty. There's obviously going to be a lot of people who are happy with the Charter, and there'll still be a group of people who are concerned about some of the challenges. But overall, it's been a positive move, and it should be a level of certainty.
Achieving 30% over 5 years is a very different thing to achieving it over 1 year. I mean, isn't that what the mining sector was saying? They're not opposed to transformation, but it was the timeline that the previous draft was looking at, the incredible timeline.
Absolutely. There were a number of concerns about some of the substantial content of the Charter, but most of the commentary was around the timeline for achievement. And I think that most people would be relatively comfortable given the new timelines for the transitional arrangements, and it is far better than 12 months, and most people should be relatively happy with that.
And the once empowered, always empowered, now finalised?
Yes, it has been finalised. It's been put to bed. Again, you know, there may be some role players who are not happy and may want to challenge that. That process must go on, but at the moment it seems to be success.
And what's new here, the 30% quite specific now, ensuring that women are involved, that communities are involved in that BEE ownership. Should that be welcomed?
Absolutely. Again, it's been a theme which many stakeholders have been raising, women and youth and jobs for women and youth. And if you look at all the stakeholder activism, and there's been tremendous community activism in the industry over the last 12 to 18 months, led predominantly by women and youth, and demanding jobs and services at mining companies. So yes, very important that they are dealt with. They've been very vocal and their voice has been heard.
And then the Mineral and Petroleum Resources Development Amendment Bill, it's a mouthful. Remind us why the sector is cheering that this bill has now been withdrawn.
The bill has been around in various forms for many years. There have been amendments on amendments. There have been related amendments to the environmental laws. It's become quite a mess. And once and for all, it should be dealt with. And I think that most people will again be very happy that it's withdrawn and we can start again and look at everything holistically. And it really... My apologies.
Hi, how are you?
All right, I think we seem to have lost Warren Beech there from Hogan Lovells, but thank you very much. That clarifies some of the issues. The mouthful bill, the Mineral and Petroleum Resources Development Amendment Bill, the MPRDA, has been withdrawn. And again, there were some fuzzy requirements about government taking a stake in new oil and gas ventures, and that could have been increased. So some concern around the uncertainty there as well, now withdrawn, and generally this new charter being welcomed, giving, he says, certainty to the mining